In this lesson, we'll speak about storing images in iRidium GUI Editor, and namely about image adding to projects, storing standard and user images for their further use in projects. We should start with a description of the iRidium Editor gallery. It's one of the editor tabs, and you can open it by pressing the button on the editor panel. This gallery contains several tabs. The Graphic Gallery tab contains all standard images of iRidium Gallery which you can use in your project. This gallery consists of backgrounds, buttons, icons, joysticks, levels, and animated images. This gallery is not static. You can fill it with your images and graphic items according to your taste. You can import images from those projects which are open in the editor or import them from any folder on your desktop. So let's create a new folder for adding your images to iRidium Gallery by pressing the right-click button on the created folder. You should select the Import File option. This option will enable you to select a necessary number of items, images, which you want to add to this folder and import them one at a time or by a group. So let's start the import, and here we'll see a dialog window. This dialog window is about using the divider for group operations. It's indicated in the name of a created object, and it allows us to import an image not as an independent item, but as one of the states the graphic item has. And the graphic item can have 1, 2, 3 and more states. To create such a complicated item, you have to do the following. Now we have to confirm the using of the divider for group operations. So just press the Yes button. And then we have to return to the Import dialog window and have a look at the names of the images the divider uses. So if we create two images which have the same name, there is a divider for group operations underscore. State number is indicated after it, 0, 1, or 2, or other. These two images will be imported to iRidium Gallery as a whole item. Image with number 1 will be the first state of the item. Image with number 2 will be the second state of the graphic item. And as you can see, after the import, the divider for group operations and state number have disappeared, and we receive a whole graphic item. It's button with two states which can display pressing on it by changing its state. It's convenient for creating buttons with two states, levels, animated images which can have dozens of states. All items of iRidium Gallery can be added to your project by the drag and drop method. I'll show you an example of image adding to your project. If the image is dragged to your spare workspace, a new project item will be created, and this item, as I have already mentioned, has two states which I have imported as a whole item with the help of the divider for group operations. If the item is dragged on one of the project items created before, the dialog window will open. And here you have to select the image type. Image is a main image of the graphic image icon as an image which will be shown over the main image. And chameleon, it's a complicated image which color can be changed in the process of working with the project. The next tab of iRidium Gallery is Sounds. The standard gallery contains a lot of audio files which you can add to your project and play back by some event, for example by pressing on the graphic item. Sounds can be added by the drag and drop method. They will be displayed in the Programming tab of the Project Properties window. The Play Sample event is used when you want the sound to be played not by pressing but releasing the graphic item. You should drag the command on the release event. The next step, macros. It's used for storing group commands and iRidium drivers. The Project Gallery tab contains all images and sounds which are already used in your project. In contrast to Gallery, Project Gallery stores separate images, not the whole objects. As you can see, our button here has two separate images. And here all sounds which you use in the project are also displayed. If you want to delete an image or a sound, it will be automatically unbound from the graphic item. The important thing while working with project images is that we often add some gallery images to the project and then we delete them, but they won't be deleted automatically from the project. In this case, to avoid project overloading by storing unnecessary items, you should use the Delete Unused Files function. So here it is. Using this function, you can delete unused project images, sounds, and commands which are not actually used.